and welcome to all of our Gold viewers who are here with us today. I'm Kristen Schwartz, licensed midwife and MC here at Gold. And here at Gold, we're busy getting ready for our Tongue Tie Symposium 2023. And with me here today is one of our speakers, Gina Nigro. Welcome, Gina.
Hi, thank you.
Oh, it's lovely to have you here. You are, of course, part of the Tongue Tie Symposium. It's always an exciting time. We have 2 full days of presentations, everything related to the topic of tongue tie. Your presentation title is titled Building a Clinical Tongue Tie Care Plan for Families Can Work With. I'm very, very excited about this. But before we get there and before we talk about the topic, I want you to let our viewers know, where in the world are you, Gina?
I'm in Spain on the East Coast, just a bit above Valencia and a few hours south of Barcelona. I think people know those cities better.
Beautiful, beautiful. What a beautiful place to call home, Gina, right? And I imagine now we still have late August. It's end of August. It's still probably very, very hot for you, right? We've seen on the news that you had a very hot summer there in Spain.
Quite hot, but it's starting to cool off just a bit. And yeah, it's really nice right now. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. How long have you been living there? You are not, because from your accent, right? You're not born and raised there. Tell us a little bit about your journey. How did you end up there? And tell us about your work.
Okay. I am an American. I'm from San Antonio, Texas. And in the 80s, I went to Valencia on a university study program, and I met my future husband. And we came back to Houston, Texas, where our 2 sons were born. And after about 12 years in Texas, we went back to Madrid. And I was already a La Leche League leader working with mothers and babies. And then my journey took me back to New York and then to Amsterdam in the Netherlands. And I did doula training. And I moved back to Spain and Seville in the southern part. And that's where I sat for my IBCLC accreditation or exam. And yeah, I've been working with mothers and babies since my boys were born in the 90s.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, quite the journey there, quite the international journey you've had there from the US and back, and Spain, and then the Netherlands. And you mentioned you also a doula. You had also some doula training there as well. So that's wonderful. When you look at your journey, what would you say? I mean, was there obviously, no matter where you are in the world, right? Babies need to eat. Families are chest feeding. Is there anything that stood out to you in all these years you've been doing that?
Well, I guess that when I got help as a mother in a mother to mother group, and I couldn't find it anywhere else, I felt so fortunate and was really happy to help others. Mm-hmm. And as those of us in the lactation world know, the learning never stops.
Right.
And it was always so amazing to see, with just a little bit of effort, support, and kindness, how much you can help others. It's just a really lovely profession. Yeah, I think it's very rewarding.
Very rewarding. I love how you just said a little bit of effort, love, and kindness and support, right? That makes such a big difference. It's not always the big things we have to do, the big changes, but just a little bit of kindness and support goes a long way, especially in the world of lactation, right?
And mothers all over the world really are similar in just taking in that kindness and feeling so helped, and it's so rewarding. So I just think you can go anywhere in the world and connect with new mothers easily. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, as healthcare providers and many IBCLs, we always think like we have to have the solution to everything, right? They come to us, we need to fix the problem, we need to get this done and quickly, and it can be frustrating if we can't do it all, right? Not always we can. So what have you seen, I mean, with regards to collaboration with other healthcare providers, wherever you went? Have you been doing this right away, or is it something that grew, in your profession?
I've always felt the support of my colleagues, whether it's as a volunteer in a mother-to-mother group like La Leche League, or if it's my IBCLC colleagues, or other professionals that I've done training with. I really learn from other professionals. And I think that the spirit of sharing ideas is so important to helping us grow, which is a reason why gold, I think, is so important, because we can be exposed and find professionals that we didn't know about their work.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. And yeah. So
So
I always look for other professionals when I land in a new place. I've moved because of my husband's work. But when I get to a new place, I immediately get in touch with the local mother to mother groups and look for other colleagues that I can work with and learn from.
learn from, right? Well, you and I chatted a little bit earlier when we were talking about your presentation. You mentioned a specific case that, sometimes if, especially for healthcare providers or, other professionals in the field, that it's embarrassing sometimes to reach out when we need help, right? And we chatted about that a little bit. What can you say to that, Gina?
Yeah, I think that any mother, no matter her background or her profession, if you go for breastfeeding help and you feel like you're not getting it, it's not you. Try someone else and don't be afraid. Yeah, in my experience, it just by chance, where I lived in southern Spain, I helped several mothers who were medical doctors themselves, and they would just recommend their friends to me. And there were a lot of doctors in the mother support group. And there was a theme of we were ashamed to look for help. We thought we should know this.
Right, right.
Really, they know their area of expertise, and breastfeeding is another area. And I feel really lucky that my baby's pediatrician told me right away, don't call me for breastfeeding help. Go to a mother to mother group or look for a lactation consultant. And that really helped me get on to a good start.
Well, it is good that that pediatrician knew their limitations, right? And but
Yeah.
knew the importance of breastfeeding, and then sent you the right way. But maybe also having clients who are in the field or in the medical field, maybe that's also an impulse for them to bring more awareness to breastfeeding, and maybe get extra training in their field, or tell colleagues, listen, you need to be trained in this. I thought I knew it, but I really had no idea. So maybe spreading awareness that way too, and maybe increasing also the training that physicians get in
It's
breastfeeding.
true. And where I lived, when I lived in Seville, in Spain, in southern Spain, the doctors that were involved in the hospital initiative for breastfeeding, on the breastfeeding committee, they all put personal photos of them breastfeeding their babies on display in the hospital
Great.
during World Breastfeeding Week. And it was so powerful. It
Oh,
was
wow.
amazing,
Yes.
amazing initiative.
That is a fantastic initiative. I can only imagine how beautiful and powerful that must have been to see
Yeah.
that. See, that's
Yeah.
beautiful. Now let's talk about your topic here, building a clinical tongue-tie care plan families can work with. Tell us a little bit what we can look forward to in this.
Well, I guess the key thing is there's not just like finding one little secret, and if you get it, then you've solved the puzzle. It's sort of taking things slowly, looking at the mother, looking at the baby, and deciding where is the area that your effort can give the most benefit the quickest, and starting with that piece, and choosing from a wide range of options, being able to really have choices.
And yes, absolutely. It's sounds absolutely wonderful. And also, what it sounds to me like meeting families where they're at, right? Because
Definitely. Yeah.
all our families are different. What different have different goals. What does breastfeeding feeding mean to them? Doesn't maybe mean something completely different to somebody else. And just because we think it should be done a certain way, might not be the right thing for the family, right? So
Right. And I think all the parents come saying, is my latch good? Is the baby's latch right?
yes.
And they do see it that simple. So our job as allowing them to see how many choices and things they're doing each day can be a more positive impact, just tweaking here or there, making small changes,
Small
really
changes.
are impactful.
Small changes are impactful. Well, thank you so much, Gina, Nigro, for sitting down here with me chatting. I'm very excited about your presentation. Can't wait. Thank you so very much for being here today.
Thank you so much, Kristen.
And for our viewers now, some information. This presentation, as I mentioned, is part of the Tongue Tie Symposium 2023, just around the corner. That presentation is live on September 11th. 11th and 12th are our live days, but all our presentations are recorded. So you can always, if you sign up for this symposium, can watch them at a later date as well. So if you would like to find out more, go to goldlearning.com. There you'll find the information when it is and in your time zone, and how you can be part of it as well. Thank you, everyone, for watching, and have a lovely rest of your day, no matter where you are in the world. And I hope to see you at the symposium. Bye-bye, everyone.